Lucy, thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here for the annual Next Point Lecture, which is always a special edition of our Engage series, and we're very grateful to Next Point for endowing this series, which is an opportunity to focus on pressing policy issues with some of the leading experts in the nation. Tonight's program, of course, comes against the backdrop of the barbaric Hamas terrorist attack against Israel on October 7th. And nothing, of course, justifies the brutal and inhuman onslaught by Hamas, whose stated objective is the extermination of Israel and Jews. Our hearts go out to the families who are suffering and for the innocent loss of life. We mourn for those among Israelis and Palestinians who it is important to distinguish from Hamas itself. In the wake of what happened in Israel, we have seen ugly acts of hate carried out elsewhere, including in this country where a 6-month-old Muslim boy was brutally stabbed to death and his mother badly wounded. There must be zero tolerance for such hate and evil in the world. It is dangerous, destabilizing, and deadly. It must be condemned unequivocally, whether it be anti-Semitic, anti-Islamic, racist, or hatred of any other kind. This backdrop makes tonight's conversation about technology and AI as potential threats to our democracy and democracies around the world particularly timely. We see disinformation playing a role in the crisis in Israel, the bombing of the hospital yesterday. We see it in Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine. We see it in our own politics. Tonight's topic amplifies the work we do here at the Bush Institute on strengthening our democracy and complements the wonderful Freedom Matters special exhibit that I hope you will have a chance to see. We are incredibly fortunate tonight to have two experts on this subject with us here this evening. Garry Kasparov became the under-18 chess champion of the USSR at the age of 12 and the world under-20 champion at 17. He came to international fame at the age of 22 as the youngest world chess champion in history in 1985 and defended his title 5 times and broke Bobby Fischer's rating record in 1990. His famous matches against the IBM supercomputer Deep Blue in 1996 and 1997 were keys to bringing artificial intelligence and chess into the mainstream. And I think we have a shot of Garry defeating the supercomputer in 1996 and then Deep Blue exacting revenge a year later in 1997. That is the figure of defeat. Garry's been a longtime advocate for democratic reform in Russia and beyond. In 2005, Garry, in his 20th year as the world's top-rated player, retired from professional chess to join the vanguard of the Russian pro-democracy movement. But facing imminent arrest during Putin's crackdown, he moved from Moscow to New York City in 2013, but has devoted his time and energy to promoting individual liberty worldwide. He founded Renewed Democracy Initiative in 2017 and chairs the board of Human Rights Foundation. His US-based nonprofit, the Kasparov Chess Foundation, promotes the teaching of chess in education systems around the world, and he's author of several books, including Deep Thinking, Where Machine Intelligence Ends and Human Creativity Begins, very relevant to tonight's topic. Joining Garry on stage this evening is Shane Tews, who's a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute in Washington, D.C., and she's a widely recognized expert on cybersecurity, digital privacy, AI, internet governance, and emerging technology, and we're delighted and thrilled that she's here with us this evening as well. Moderating tonight's conversation is my friend and my boss, Bush Center CEO Ken Hirsch, and so please join me in welcoming Ken, Garry, and Shane to the stage.